Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, and John Vias, Peter Brown with the weather, Gretchen Carey with the community calendar, and Gabrielle Papili with the social media minute. Thank you for joining us. There may be some musical chairs of first grade teachers between Fox Hill and the Pine Glen Elementary Schools this year. Superintendent Conti said at Tuesday night school committee meeting the department has been closely watching elementary enrollment in order to keep classes small for better student-teacher engagement, a priority of the committee. He said overall the elementary school classes average out to between 17 and 18 students each, an acceptable number in his opinion. The one grade that is proving more difficult is the first grade. Conti said that at the Fox Hill they have 84 students going into the grade, and with the current 4 sections, that comes out to 21 students per classroom. He said he knew that that was too many for the liking of the committee. Pine Glen, however, has fewer first grade students per classroom than the town average. He said he's been talking with the 2 principals about the possibility of moving a Pine Glen teacher to Fox Hill for a year, because doing so would mean the class sizes would be 18 students per class in both schools. The difficulty of this plan, Conti said, is that they would need a 5th first grade classroom at Fox Hill, and all the rooms are currently being used. The idea would be to displace a specialist or combine some offices. School committee member Martha Simon said she wasn't thrilled with the idea, but agreed it was the right plan. The school committee also received an update about the district's water quality in the wake of the report that the town's water supply has the chemical compounds called PFAS at levels above the new state standard. As reported by BNEWS, as the result of a new state drinking water standard, the town of Burlington completed testing for this family of chemical compounds. The results indicate the presence of PFAS in a concentration of 40 parts per trillion, above the new standard of 20 parts per trillion. PFAS are a family of man-made chemicals used for non-stick coatings and firefighting foams, among a list of other products. Mass DEP recommends consumers in a sensitive subgroup, pregnant or nursing women, infants, and people diagnosed by their healthcare provider to have a compromised immune system, are advised not to consume, drink, or cook with water when the level of PFAS is above 20 parts per trillion. Superintendent Conti said the school department has worked closely with the DPW and is in regular contact with Director John Sanchez. Director of Operations Bob Kunis said the drinking fountains in the schools are currently turned off due to the pandemic. He said, unfortunately, the water systems in the buildings cannot be equipped with the types of filters that filter out PFAS. Kunis reiterated that Sanchez has been saying since this news came down, this is not a new situation, and the only thing that has changed is the standard set by the state. He said PFAS were in the water before, but we were just not regulated to this minute level. He also said the health risks develop over a long period of time. Finally, Conti said this is an issue that cannot be solved solely by the schools alone. Here are his comments.
Again, this isn't a school issue, this is a community issue, and we're members of the community. DPW has been incredibly supportive, and I think they're looking for community solutions, and if they come up with community solutions, then we will be the beneficiaries of those solutions as well.
The new personalized medical care practice, Clarity Health and Wellness, held a ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the practice's opening at 131 Cambridge Street. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford was there and files this report.
There is a new option in Burlington for residents seeking personalized health care and perhaps try new ways to tackle lingering health issues. Clarity Health and Wellness held the ribbon-cutting ceremony last Thursday for its grand opening at 131 Cambridge Street. The practice helps patients learn how to feel their very best and prevent and even reverse chronic disease.
The practice is geared towards people who are looking to take charge of their health and reverse chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease through lifestyle factors, and in particular nutrition. I'm a great proponent of plant-based nutrition because I believe that plant-based nutrition can help with reversing diabetes, high blood pressure, helping people lose weight, and in doing so improve their health.
The practice features a cozy and welcoming atmosphere to help patients feel comfortable.
The purpose of the practice is for when people enter to feel calm, to feel relaxed, to not feel rushed. The visits are not your regular 15-minute appointments. There's plenty of time to talk and ask questions, and a lot of counseling and coaching goes on in every visit that you wouldn't otherwise have in a traditional primary care office.
Dr. Saladpour, who earned her medical degree in 2002, explains her path to opening a new clinic in Burlington.
I grew up in England and completed medical school at the University of London, St. George's Hospital Medical School. I got married and moved to the States and completed my residency program in family medicine in New York. And I've been working in the community for the last 6-7 years, and was fortunate enough to now be able to start my own practice.
There was a lot of enthusiasm about the new business at the ribbon cutting.
It's incredibly exciting. There's really nothing like it around in the area, so Miriam has all kinds of expertise that she's bringing in terms of prevention and wellness and reversal of chronic disease and prevention of chronic disease. So she's taking the primary care membership model to an even higher level.
We're happy to be here today on the opening celebration of Clarity Health and Wellness. When people talk about new businesses coming to Burlington, we always think about the big businesses or maybe the retail or the restaurants, but there is a trickle-down effect to people in the health industry that want to be where the people are. And this is a great opportunity for Clarity Health and Wellness to come to Burlington.
Finally, Parker said Clarity Health and Wellness will be a good fit in Burlington and complement the other medical providers.
Yeah, I think there's customers that are looking for different experiences in anything. Certainly in hospitality, restaurants, but also in medical care. And the model that they have here with the member-based model, and there's much more one-to-one, and everything's happening in one place. It's a great facility.
From Clarity Health and Wellness, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
The Friends of the Mary Cummings Park were honored at last week's Board of Selectmen meeting for their work in preserving the natural beauty of the park. According to their website, Friends of Mary Cummings Park, Inc. was founded in 2007 and is a recognized nonprofit organization whose purpose is to help keep Mary Cummings Park in Burlington and Woburn forever open as a public park and playground. That was Mary Cummings' wish. To promote recreation consistent with the historic uses of the park and to promote the protection of wildlife, habitat, and watershed. They were presented with a proclamation by the board, which was read by Chairman Jim Tigas. Let's take a look.
Hereby known to all that the members of the Select Board of the Town of Burlington, Mass. Are extremely grateful to the Friends of Mary Cummings Park for their continued dedication in helping to protect the wildlife, habitat, and watershed in the peace and quiet of the more than 200 acres known as the Mary Cummings Park, as well as to assist in improving trails and clearing invasive species. This group is thanked for recognizing this site as a treasured retreat for many and for advocating to keep the park open for recreational use for all and aiding in saving this open space from development. The Select Board extends heartfelt thanks to the Friends of Mary Cummings Park, given this 12th day of July 2021. Signed by the Select Board.
As a result of their efforts, after nearly 50 years, the City of Boston gave up the idea of selling the property off against what was the Trust's wishes. The Burlington Educational Summer Theater Program for middle school students has returned for the summer 2021 production of Disney's The Little Mermaid Jr. BNews reporter John Vias went to meet with the director and members of the cast and has this report.
Under the sea, nobody beat us, fry us, and eat us in fricassee. We want the bad folks to cook under the sea. We got no.
As they say on Broadway, the show must go on, and the Burlington Educational Summer Theater Program has returned to the Fogelberg Auditorium at BHS, coaching aspiring young actors once again. This year's play is The Little Mermaid Jr., based on Disney's animated feature film and the classic story by Hans Christian Andersen, about a young mermaid who dreams of the world above the sea and gives up her voice to find love. I paid a visit to one of the show's rehearsal sessions and spoke with cast members and the program's director, John Middleton Cox. to talk about what it takes for the best program to put on a spectacular undersea performance.
Costumes are really essential to keep the illusion that these people are fish, or mermaids, crustaceans, or humans. And then, of course, the lighting is really a key element. We got nervous at one point. We thought, should we try to do this outside with COVID? Like we did the high school production of Into the Woods outside. When you're outside in the summer and the sunlight, it doesn't get dark until 8:30 or so. To be, like I said, with lighting being such an essential element to help tell the story and create the illusion of being underwater, it was going to be almost impossible.
For over 30 years, The Little Mermaid has been one of Disney's most recognizable animated features. And this summer marks the second time Ariel and her friends have made a splash onto the Fogelberg stage.
We've never repeated a show until this year. We thought, well, we're kind of running out of all these great junior shows. We've done so many in the 12 years that we've been doing Best that it was thought, well, let's see, maybe we could revisit one we've already done before that would be popular, that none of the students have ever had the chance or the opportunity to do. And we liked the idea of Little Mermaid, and it seemed to be a good fit for us at the time.
Cast members have also expressed the time they've spent with their roles, their connection with the original movie, and with their peers on and off stage.
It's a very good community around here. It's honestly amazing. You get to meet so many new people. Every year, it's just the counselors are so polite, and you get to meet so many new people, like I said, and you have amazing staff to help you out, which really pushed me through it this year, and they have been such a huge, huge help to me.
I feel like Sebastian is kind of comedic, and I really love that type of character. Also, Sebastian can overthink sometimes, and that definitely correlates with me.
Yeah, this is my second time in the actual program, and I did the workshop when I was younger for one summer, and I really like it here. It's really fun.
The Little Mermaid Jr. will run at BHS Friday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. and again on Saturday, July 24th at 2 p.m. Seating is limited, and to purchase tickets, visit www.burlingtontheater.com or call 781-A-FUN-TICK. From the Fogelberg Performing Arts Center at Burlington High School, this is John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be
The allowance of expanded outdoor seating for restaurants during the pandemic has been successful, and at least one Burlington establishment is looking to make the situation permanent. Tavern on the Square in the district will be before the Planning Board on August 19th to petition to cement the outdoor seating allowances made during the pandemic last long term. During the pandemic, the town of Burlington made changes to town policy to allow restaurants more outdoor seating by giving them permission to use parts of parking lots and green spaces to set up tables. This was meant to allow more patrons to dine while also socially distancing and being outside. According to the Tavern's application, customer interest in this option was and continues to be positive, and highlighted the importance of evolving the restaurant in order to strive towards the return of economic vitality. Since the move to allow more outdoor seating was such a success, they're looking to make the situation permanent. In light of these factors, the applicant is seeking Planning Board approval of an amendment to the record special permit and associated site plan to allow this condition to become permanent, they wrote. While this request technically represents an increase in overall seating, the applicant feels that the premises and adjacent parcels within the district have sufficient parking to accommodate this seasonal seating, as it is intended to provide patrons with the option to dine outside if they choose. The Burlington Parks and Recreation Department worked with Leahy Health to set up UV index meters in a couple of the town's parks to warn people when they should apply sunscreen or seek shade. BNews reporter Robert Paris went to check them out and has this report.
The summer temperatures vary. One day it could be 65 degrees, and the other could be 102. The Parks and Recreation Department have worked with Leahy Health to bring special UV index meters to the town parks.
A couple summers ago, we were approached by SolarWare through the Vanessa Research Project about installing UV index meters in our parks. You know, we weren't able to work it out that first summer in the summer of 2019, and then last summer with COVID, they had taken a step back and weren't doing a lot of installs. But this year, it seemed like a good fit. You know, as hopefully the pandemic was winding down, and you know, people getting back outside a lot more, and our programs ramping back up.
You always know when you need to reapply.
What they do is they give you a reading of give you a UV index reading and tell you how long it will take before you'll start to burn from the sun, and when you should reapply sunscreen. Having those handy at two of our busiest parks is really a great service for our residents.
Remember to take care of your skin when you're out in the sun.
Protect yourself. So, you know, apply an SPF of 30 or greater, wearing UV protection clothing, avoid direct sunlight between 11 and 4, which is when the sun is at its most powerful. Reapplying sunscreen every 2 hours or sooner based on the UV index meter. And then, you know, they want you to enjoy the outdoors, but using those precautions.
We stopped at Wildwood Park to talk with Brendan Egan a little bit more about the UV index meters.
We may extend this program next year and add it to our other parks and facilities. And we are able to move these units as well. So you may see it pop up at Celebrate Burlington or, you know, another event that we have. And these will be in our parks through September.
From Simons Park and Wildwood, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Now is the time to help Burlington students in need to get ready to get back to school after a year of pandemic learning this September. Realtor Shannon Walsh Jenkins, in partnership with People Helping People, is once again holding a backpack drive for Burlington students this year. She wrote on Facebook that last year's drive was a big success and they hope to replicate it again this year. She said the program is a big help to families in need in the community. Anyone who wants to help should adhere to these guidelines. The backpacks must be brand new. They will need an array of sizes for ages K through 12, children's, youth, and adult for the older children, for males and females. They are aiming to have all the backpacks collected by early to mid-August to prepare for the school year. Anyone looking to donate can reach out to Jenkins at 781-254-5637 or shannonjenkins@remax.net. Cuddle Pets Pet Care is an entrepreneurial venture by 8-year-old Hannah Cadillac, a Burlington resident going to 3rd grade at Fox Hill Elementary. Inspired to enter the pet care industry to help fund her own canine companion, Hannah is holding an informal Cuddle Pets Pet Care meet and greet this Saturday at the Rahanas Field. The Cadillac family has 6 chickens and a dog named Sydney. Hannah said she loves animals, especially dogs, cats, and rabbits. Hannah says Cuddle Pets Pet Care will provide dog walking and feeding visits to someone's home, overnight stays, and pet sitting while people run errands. They can also arrange for a pet to be dropped off at the Cadillac home or meet at a local park. Hannah is the sole proprietor, an 8-year-old proprietor of Cuddle Pets Pet Care. However, her mother, Nikki Cadillac, assures all of Hannah's business endeavors have full adult supervision. Hannah will be hosting her own networking event for Cuddle Pets Pet Care this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Rahanas Field adjacent to the Burlington Dog Park. Having a summer barbecue or picnic? BNEWS Green Corner has some tips for keeping your outdoor eating ventures environmentally friendly. Let's take a look.
A lot of people are planning to have picnics and parties over the summertime, especially now that COVID is largely under control. So in order to avoid making a lot of waste. I encourage you to think about using reusable items first. So if you're only having a small party, consider using just your usual silverware and plates that you can throw in the dishwasher when you're done using them. But if you are worried about losing them, or if you've got kids involved, that sort of thing, totally understand that. Or if you're going to have a lot of parties and you've got a lot of nieces and nephews coming, consider buying cheap plastic versions of your usual dishware, something that you pick up at even a Goodwill, right? You've got 20 cups, you've got 20 plates, and they're all plastic. That way, if anything gets broken, thrown into the trash by accident, no big deal, right? And you could wash those at the end of the day, throw those in the dishwasher, save yourself the cleanup, and at the same time, you are reusing and making less waste. If you decide that that's not for you, you can still be sustainable by considering what you are buying that is disposable. So if, for instance, you're going to go the paper plate route, consider looking at the back of the paper plates and buying paper plates made out of paper rather than paper plates made out of trees, right? Can it be made out of 30% recycled paper or 50 or 100% recycled paper, right? If you're going to throw it in the trash, at least you know that you have bought into the recycling system and supported it. Or plastic plates are the same way. If you're going to throw them out anyway, but are they made out of recycled plastic? That means you have supported the recycling system. We do not want either the paper or the plastic when you are done eating off of them. Neither of those should go into the recycling bin, okay? They're now contaminated with food and I don't want them. That is new as of 2018, all right? But at the same time, you are still being sustainable if you are buying sustainably in the first place.
BHS boys varsity lacrosse head coach Brendan Maney held his first Red Devils lacrosse camp on varsity field. BNEWS reporter Robert Paris went to take a look and has this report.
Hey everyone, I'm BNews sports reporter Robert Parrish. We're down here at the Burlington High School varsity field where the Red Devils boys lacrosse team is having their camp for the middle and elementary school kids, so we're going to check it out. It's the first ever Little Devils boys lacrosse clinic for Coach Brendan Maney.
Well, this is our first attempt at running a youth camp with the intent of having our high school program and our very youngest kids and everyone in between kind of together in order to try and create this continuity from your first integration into Burlington Youth Lacrosse and try to make sure that when you start that you end with us. So the idea is that we get them here, they see the coaches, they see the counselors who are former youth players and who are now current counselors, and they can see that someday this is where I can be if I want to be.
A couple of the current Burlington athletes from the team helped out at this week-long event.
Running through our practices that we do at the high school just to get the kids prepared and learn what it's about. And then we've also been having some fun games, so just to make it a little more fun for them. Being creative is probably the best part of the game you can have, so just teaching them to be creative. You don't need to be a basic player to be, all like the best players in the world. They're all very creative, so just teaching them to be creative.
We're just trying to teach them the way that we do things at the higher level and that you can get anything through hard work and just trying to get them used to that.
All the kids had a blast learning new skills from the coaching staff and counselors.
I've been learning how to split dodge, spin around, cradle, and mostly pass.
It's awesome to get out here and to be able to play lacrosse for 5 hours, and these guys are always super fun, doing fun drills, messing around with each other, so it's fun.
We've been learning how to shoot, how to get your fundamentals down and shoot, get the right form down for everything.
I like the physicality, the competition, and stuff like that.
Manny is looking to bring back this clinic during the off season.
So we get them early, we teach them, we make them part of our whole family, and then they graduate, in 12 years, in 11 years, whenever it is that we get them, they graduate on time from Burlington High. Because you can do everything you need to do and never could possibly want to do here in Burlington. You don't need to go anywhere else. We got it all.
From Varsity Field, I'm Robert Paris for BNews Sports.
We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown for a look at this week's forecast. We'll also check out the community calendar with Gretchen Carey to see what's happening in Burlington. We'll also take a look at this week's Social Media Minute with Gabrielle Papili.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown with Local Weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading into almost the end of July. I know it's hard to believe that we're heading towards that part of the summer already. And as you can see, starting out our period on Friday, our temperatures at this time of the year should be in the mid and upper 80s. It's actually going to be quite a bit cooler than that starting out our period. Temperatures are only going to be in the upper 70s on Friday, and pretty comfortable if you have to be out and about in the Burlington area at night with temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60. As we round out the period getting towards Thursday, we should again be seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 80s at this time of the year. And again, it looks like our temperature is going to be a little bit below normal. And of course, you notice the length of days keep getting shorter as we head through summer. And actually, our average highs, you'll notice, by next Thursday are a little bit lower than they are when we start out on Friday. So yes, we have also started the temperature decline. But of course, we've got plenty of nice weather to go ahead. So we're not going to have to even think about any cold weather coming into the picture. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us here in the Burlington area for the next 7 to 10 days in terms of temperatures and precipitation. And looking at our temperature map, looks like we're expecting to see high temperatures about average for this time of the year. And that's pretty much what I see reflected, and we'll see that in the 7-day forecast in a little bit. As we go ahead and take a look at our precipitation chances, again, this is pretty much what I'm calling for as well. Precipitation chances to be about average for this time of the year, so pretty nice out there. Nothing heavy, maybe a couple of spotty showers here and there, but no flooding rains like we've been seeing the past couple of weeks in the Burlington area. So let's go ahead and take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. Again, starting out your weekend here on Friday, heading into the weekend, looks like we're going to be having some pretty pleasant temperatures in the upper 70s to maybe around 80. A couple of showers again around. As we head into the weekend, looks like Saturday is going to be the pick of the weekend, that's for sure. Looks like temperatures are going to be very pleasant. A little bit below average again in the upper 70s to around 80, but with pretty sunny skies out there. We introduce the chance of some showers we get in towards Sunday. The temperatures starting to creep up as we head into the beginning of the work week. You see our temperatures heading back up to near average by the middle of the work week. And again, a couple of chances of some spot showers here and there, but nothing crazy, nothing heavy out there. And as we round out our period on Thursday, we're going to be seeing some very pleasant temperatures down the mid and upper 70s with some really nice dry air moving into all of New England. So that's some great news after we've been absolutely inundated and soaked with the flooding rain around here in the Burlington area. So everyone, have a great week and enjoy the weather.
Hey friends, I'm Gabrielle, also known as Miss Burlington MA. I'm here to share with you my posts and pictures from my own social media account and showcase the amazing businesses and things to do in and around Burlington.
The Bagel Bar is one of those spots in town that just feels like home. The Bagel Bar has created such a comfortable cafe-like atmosphere that pairs perfectly with their freshly made New York-style bagels. My biggest dilemma each time I visit is which of their variety of spreads and toppings to choose from. And each that I've tried absolutely blows me away in flavor. I recommend having your bagel with one of their delicious Shakerado iced coffees. I always opt for the Almond Joy with oat milk.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. Come and get creative. On Tuesday, July 27th at 4 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having an event called Teen Tie-Dye. Kids entering grades 6 through 12 are welcome. Pre-registration is required. To register, go to burlingtonpubliclibrary.org. Grab the kids for some music. On Wednesday, July 28th at 6:30 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department is having Ben Rudnick and friends come and perform at the Town Common. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, go to burlingtonparksandrecreation.org. It's movie night. On Thursday, July 30th at 8 p.m., the Merrimack Valley Pavilion in Tewksbury will be having a family movie night. The movie they're showing is Finding Nemo. To get tickets, go to play@mvp.com/drive-in movies. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your...
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo shows nature's vibrant colors. It's one of mine and features a hibiscus bloom. Hibiscus is a genus of flowering plant in the mallow family, and the genus is quite large, comprising several hundred species that are native to warm, temperate subtropical and tropical regions throughout the world, in New England if you buy one and keep it in the sun. A tea made from hibiscus flowers is known by many names around the world and is served both hot and cold. The beverage is known for its red color, tart flavor, and vitamin C content. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of your summer activities, a family trip, or just everyday moments, or your garden, whatever you think is interesting and want to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Rich Hosford, Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, John Vias, Gretchen Carey, Peter Brown, and Gabrielle Papilli. Thank you for joining us.